Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. Today, we've got a mixed bag of news that's stirring the pot in the business and financial world. First off, the auditing world is under the microscope as PwC faces scrutiny over its audit work for the now liquidating China Evergrande Group. This investigation not only puts pressure on PwC but also casts a shadow over the Big Four's dealings with Chinese companies, potentially tightening the noose around accounting practices. Moving on, Asian shares have taken a leap forward, buoyed by Wall Street's gains and the anticipation of earnings results from U.S. tech giants. This uptick comes as a breath of fresh air, especially with the yen showing signs of fragility. Lastly, we're sipping on some bittersweet tea news as Chinese tea chain ChaPanda's shares took a nosedive post its Hong Kong IPO, shedding more than 30% of its value. This rocky start could spell trouble for other tea chains eyeing the Hong Kong market for expansion funds. Please stay tuned for more detailed content on these stories. In the world of finance and global markets, recent developments have cast a spotlight on the auditing and accounting practices of some of the world's most influential firms, while elsewhere, Asian shares have seen an uptick, buoyed by positive movements on Wall Street and anticipation around U.S. tech earnings. These unfolding events paint a vivid picture of the interconnected nature of global markets and the critical role of transparency and trust in the financial sector. Nikkei Asia recently reported on a significant investigation that has raised eyebrows across the financial world. The probe focuses on PwC's audit work for the China Evergrande Group, a giant in the real estate sector that has found itself in the throes of liquidation. This scrutiny comes in the wake of whistleblower allegations that have put PwC under the microscope, questioning the firm's handling of Evergrande's financials. This situation is further complicated by a fine issued to Hengda Real Estate, a core entity of Evergrande, for inflating its revenue figures. In response to these allegations and the growing concern over their implications, PwC convened a special partners meeting, aiming to address and possibly mitigate the fallout from these serious accusations. This investigation into PwC's practices does not only spotlight the firm's dealings with Evergrande but also casts a long shadow over the Big Four auditors' relationships with Chinese companies at large. The implications of this probe may ripple out, leading to tighter accounting procedures for existing clients and a re-evaluation of the trust placed in these auditing giants. The outcome of this investigation could potentially reshape the landscape of financial auditing, particularly in how global firms engage with and audit major Chinese corporations. While the financial auditing sector grapples with these challenges, the stock market in Asia has experienced a surge of optimism. According to Yahoo US, Asian shares have seen a notable rise, propelled by gains on Wall Street and buoyed by the anticipation surrounding upcoming earnings results from U.S. tech giants. This positive momentum is reflected in the MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan, which rose by 0.5%. This uptick was supported by a 1% rise in Taiwanese shares and a 0.8% rise in Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index, showcasing the region's resilience and the investors' bullish outlook on tech stocks. Further elaborating on the dynamics of global markets, Yahoo US highlighted how Asian shares extended their gains, taking cues from a buoyant Wall Street. This surge in confidence came amidst easing fears of a major escalation in the Middle East conflict, allowing the Asian index to recover some of the losses it faced the previous week. Tech shares, in particular, enjoyed a boost, with Taiwanese shares jumping by 1% and Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index climbing by 0.8%. However, it wasn't all green. Chinese shares faced a downturn, with blue chips losing 0.6%, underscoring the nuanced and varied nature of market movements across the region. These developments in the financial auditing sector and the stock market highlight the complex interplay between corporate governance, investor confidence, and market dynamics. The probe into PwC's audit practices concerning Evergrande underscores the paramount importance of transparency and accountability in financial reporting. At the same time, the resilience and optimism reflected in Asian shares, particularly ahead of U.S. tech earnings, illustrate the market's capacity for recovery and growth, even amidst uncertainty. As these stories unfold, they offer a compelling glimpse into the challenges and opportunities that define the global financial landscape. In the bustling world of Chinese tea chains, the recent IPO of ChaPanda, also known as Sichuan Baidao, took the financial markets by storm, but perhaps not in the way the company had hoped. According to Nikkei Asia, ChaPanda's shares took a steep dive, plummeting by over 30% on its debut on the Hong Kong market. This was a surprising turn of events for a company that had managed to raise a hefty sum of around $330 million in its initial public offering. The rapid expansion of ChaPanda, from its inception in 2008 to boasting 8,016 stores across China, is a testament to the fierce competition and saturated market of Chinese tea chains. Operating on a franchise model, ChaPanda's primary revenue comes from selling equipment and ingredients to its franchisees, a strategy also employed by its rivals like Mishiwe Bingqing, Goodme, and Antiageni, who are eyeing the Hong Kong market for their listings. However, ChaPanda's disappointing debut might be a cautionary tale for these tea chains, signaling the challenges of raising funds in a market that is increasingly difficult to crack. The race to the Hong Kong Stock Exchange among Chinese tea chains is not just about expansion but survival in a highly competitive market. As Nikkei Asia reports, the lethargic IPO market in Hong Kong received a much-needed boost with ChaPanda's listing, despite its less than stellar performance. With an IPO price set at 17 Hong Kong dollars and 50 cents, $2.25 per share, ChaPanda's ambition was clear, aiming to use over half of its IPO proceeds to enhance operations and strengthen its supply chain. The tea chain's growth from 500 stores in 2019 to 8,016 stores today, with a full-year revenue of 5.7 billion Chinese yuan, $803 million, and a net profit of 1.1 billion Chinese yuan, showcases the potential and pitfalls of rapid expansion. The franchise model, which has facilitated this meteoric rise, is a double-edged sword, offering quick expansion but also exposing companies to the volatility of the market. Other tea chains waiting in the wings for their Hong Kong listings might now be re-evaluating their strategies, considering the lukewarm reception ChaPanda received. On a completely different note, the world of sports offers a refreshing perspective on ambition and dreams, transcending the cutthroat competition of the business world. The South China Morning Post brings us the inspiring story of Ding Junhui, a Chinese snooker ace with aspirations that go beyond the green baize. As he eyes the Crucible crown, Ding's love for Manchester United reveals a personal dream of visiting Old Trafford, a wish that links him with football legends like Beckham, Ronaldo, and Best. Unlike the rapid expansions and financial gambles of the tea chains, Ding's journey is marked by a healthier approach to expectation and success. Having met Sir Alex Ferguson and even trained with Manchester United's coaches at Carrington, Ding embodies the spirit of pursuing one's passion with a balanced and happy outlook. His story is a testament to the fact that success is not just about winning titles or dominating markets, but also about fulfilling personal dreams and finding joy in one's pursuits. The contrasting narratives of ChaPanda's IPO struggles and Ding Junhui's snooker ambitions highlight the diverse ways in which success and ambition are pursued and achieved. While the business world grapples with market saturation and the challenges of expansion, the sports world offers a reminder of the importance of passion, personal growth, and the pursuit of dreams. Whether it's navigating the competitive tea market in China or aiming for the pinnacle of snooker success while dreaming of Old Trafford, the journey towards achieving one's goals is fraught with challenges but also filled with opportunities for learning and fulfillment. In a world where sustainability and environmental conservation are becoming increasingly crucial, the bustling city of Hong Kong has taken a significant step by banning single-use plastics. This move, aimed at reducing the environmental footprint of the densely populated metropolis, has sparked a variety of reactions from its residents. As reported by the South China Morning Post, some Hong Kongers have taken to online trading platforms to sell unused plastic utensils, turning the ban into an opportunity for humor and profit. Among the listings, one could find a set of white plastic spoon, bamboo chopsticks, toothpick, and tissue priced at a staggering 888,888 Hong Kong dollars and 88 cents, and a single plastic spoon from a fast food chain offered for 200 Hong Kong dollars. While these listings may have been made in jest, they underscore the creativity and adaptability of Hong Kong citizens in the face of change. However, not everyone is amused, as some criticize the attempt to profit from a ban designed to foster sustainability, highlighting the ongoing debate on the best ways to achieve environmental goals. Meanwhile, the city's history intertwines with its present in the form of the Xingmen Redoubt, an underground defensive complex built in the 1930s. This historical site, as detailed by the South China Morning Post, served as a crucial defense point for Scottish soldiers defending Hong Kong against the Japanese invasion in 1941. The complex's tunnels, named after major London roads, are a testament to the city's colonial past and its strategic importance during World War II. However, this heritage site has become a canvas for politically motivated graffiti, with vandals compromising its original paintwork and concrete rendering. The defacement of the Xingmen Redoubt highlights the challenges of preserving historical sites amidst contemporary political tensions, underscoring the delicate balance between remembering the past and addressing current issues. In response to the city's complex socio-political landscape, Hong Kong's Secretary for Justice, Paul Lam Ting Kwok, has advocated for a nuanced approach to governance. Rather than relying on the full brunt of the law to combat soft resistance, Lam suggests that Hong Kong should employ soft power to counteract scaremongering and despair propagated by troublemakers. This approach, as reported by the South China Morning Post, marks a departure from the consideration of a fake news law, which has been shelved due to the legal complexities of defining fake news. Lam's emphasis on strengthening soft power to promote a more positive image of Hong Kong reflects a strategic shift towards using cultural influence and positive messaging to address societal challenges. This strategy highlights the recognition that legal measures alone may not be sufficient to navigate the intricacies of modern governance, and that fostering a positive narrative can be a powerful tool in uniting and uplifting a community. The stories emerging from Hong Kong, from the playful response to the plastic ban and the preservation challenges of historical sites to the strategic shift in governance, paint a picture of a city in flux. As Hong Kong navigates environmental sustainability, historical preservation, and socio-political challenges, the resilience, creativity, and adaptability of its people and leaders shine through. These narratives underscore the ongoing efforts to balance tradition and progress, highlighting the complexities of modern life in one of the world's most dynamic cities. In a recent strategic move that is set to reshape the landscape of international finance, Chinese firms are pivoting their fundraising efforts towards Hong Kong. This shift comes in the wake of tightened listing rules within China itself, coupled with a supportive push from the China Securities Regulatory Commission, CSRC. The CSRC's endorsement is not just a nod of approval, but a significant strategy to divert scores of mainland companies towards Hong Kong's IPO market. The regulatory body has laid out plans to facilitate listings in the vibrant city by major Chinese corporations and to expand the Stock Connect cross-border investment scheme. This initiative is poised to bolster Hong Kong's status as a premier destination for listings, as reported by the South China Morning Post. The expansion of the Stock Connect mechanism to include more products and trading counters is a testament to the CSRC's commitment to enhancing Hong Kong's allure as a financial hub. On a different note, the issue of human rights in China, particularly concerning the Uyghurs in Xinjiang, has once again come under the international spotlight. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has starkly labeled the treatment of Uyghurs as genocide and crimes against humanity during the launch of the U.S. State Department's annual Human Rights Report. Ahead of a significant trip to Beijing, Blinken vowed to confront the Chinese government directly with these grave concerns, alongside other human rights issues. The South China Morning Post highlighted Blinken's commitment to addressing the transnational repression of the Chinese diaspora and the erosion of political freedoms in Hong Kong. Despite these serious allegations, China maintains its stance, consistently denying any human rights violations. Meanwhile, in Canada, a call to rethink the engagement with its citizens living abroad has been voiced by BC Senator Yuen Pao Wu, as reported by the Globe and Mail. Senator Wu emphasizes the importance of recognizing the 4 million Canadians living overseas not merely as individuals needing evacuation during crises, but as valuable assets that can significantly enhance Canada's diplomatic, cultural, and economic power. He points out that while these expatriates often contribute to the Canadian economy through taxes, they are nonetheless sidelined from certain citizenship benefits, such as healthcare access and the ability to vote in provincial elections. Senator Wu's appeal to the Canadian government is to devise a strategy that not only supports its expatriates, but also leverages their global connections and skills for the collective benefit of the nation. These narratives, spanning from the strategic redirection of Chinese IPOs to Hong Kong, the ongoing dialogue on human rights in China, and a call for a more inclusive approach towards Canadian expatriates, reflect the complexities and interconnectedness of today's global landscape. Each story, whether it revolves around financial strategies, human rights advocacy, or national policy reform, underscores the ongoing challenges and opportunities that lie in navigating the intricacies of international relations and governance. In the bustling city of Hong Kong, where small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, form the backbone of the economy, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, HKMA, has taken a significant step to bolster these businesses amidst the shifting sands of consumer and tourist spending patterns. According to the South China Morning Post, the HKMA has unveiled a one-stop platform designed to simplify the process for SMEs to compare and select loan products from different banks. This innovative platform showcases offerings from 11 major banks, including trade financing and unsecured overdrafts, providing a much-needed lifeline to the approximately 340,000 SMEs that represent 98% of the city's businesses and employ 45% of the private sector workforce. This move is a testament to the HKMA's commitment to supporting the vitality and resilience of Hong Kong's SMEs in the face of challenges. However, not all challenges faced by the city can be addressed through technological platforms or financial solutions. The tragic incident at New Lucky House has cast a glaring spotlight on the dire need for stringent fire safety compliance, as reported by the South China Morning Post. Despite the Fire Safety, Buildings, Ordinance, which mandates buildings constructed before 1987 to meet modern safety standards, an alarming number of over 9,500 buildings have failed to comply, with a compliance rate of just 36.9%. The government's efforts to amend the ordinance to empower authorities to enforce fire safety improvements and recover costs from owners are still pending, underscoring the complex interplay between regulatory measures and the underlying social issues that hinder their effectiveness. Across the straits in Singapore, Deputy Prime Minister Lawrence Wong is poised to navigate the city-state through a troubled world as he steps up to become the next Prime Minister, reports Nikkei Asia. Wong faces a daunting array of challenges, from the nation's declining birth rate, which has plummeted below 1.0 for the first time, to the rising healthcare costs associated with an aging population. Despite government initiatives aimed at encouraging procreation, such as reduced preschool fees, the high cost of living and the perceived difficulty of raising a family in Singapore remain significant deterrents for many citizens. Moreover, Singapore's geopolitical positioning and economic strategies are under scrutiny as Wong prepares to lead. The looming tensions between the US and China, coupled with increasing competition from neighboring countries offering enticing tax incentives to multinational corporations, present a complex landscape for Singapore's economic growth. The government's response, including raising corporate taxes on multinationals and aligning with international agreements on minimum tax rates, reflects a delicate balancing act in maintaining Singapore's status as a global financial hub while addressing concerns over becoming a haven for dirty money. As Lawrence Wong gears up to rebuild the reputation of the ruling People's Action Party, tarnished by a series of scandals, his leadership will be crucial in steering Singapore through these multifaceted challenges. The narratives unfolding in Hong Kong and Singapore highlight the intricate dance between governance, economic resilience, and the social fabric of cities, underscoring the need for innovative solutions and steadfast leadership in an increasingly complex and interconnected world. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.